Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. Oh, we got some folks streaming, and I was worried. I set this up, and there's a lot of problem with the thumbnail. Had a really nice thumbnail prepared for this stream, and put it into StreamYard, and it didn't take across several different things. So I've tried to redo it and start it anyway. So I don't know. Did you guys see a thumbnail before you went into this? Did I fix it, or is it still just blank? Either way, I know the folks are going to be here. We're going to have some fun today. Let's see here. We got Jason. Hi, Jason. How are you doing today? Let me get my, there we go. Oh, I can hear myself. Good. Dean's here. Hi, Dean. How are you doing? David's here. Very good to see you, David. Jim is here. Hi, Jim. Charlie's here. Hey, Charlie. How you doing? We're going to give a few, Jason says it was TV static. Yeah, it was very, very strange. Very strange. StreamYard, either it's one of the places that we stream to, which is either Facebook, the groups in Facebook, or YouTube, or it's StreamYard. I don't know which one. I tried to replace the image on both of them, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, after we're done, I can go back and change the image as well. Dean says reload, everyone. Okie doke. And let's see. Richard's here. Hi, Richard. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you today. So I thought I enjoyed using Kahoot last week. That was a lot of fun. But I thought maybe we'd mix it up a little bit. So we're going back to the challenge screen. And this challenge screen, I went to what I would like to do in the future is maybe have the community members put in their votes. You know, maybe send in what they think. This is going to be the best guitar solos. They're really classic rock guitar solos is what I got. What I'd like for community members is to send in what they think their favorite is, and then we would get the list from there. Well, basically what I did is I went through the interwebs and found what are mostly the most popular guitar solos of all time, and put them up here. Got them from different places. Didn't just copy anybody's stuff, but got them up here, and I thought we would go ahead and have a throwdown and see who comes out on top. Before we get started, we still have some folks coming in here. If you are new here, if you're not a regular member of the Play Guitar community, welcome. You are more than welcome to participate today. We're just going to use the chat today. So we'll just count up all the votes in the chat for each level that we go through in this single elimination round. In the community, there's a couple things happening today. Well, one big thing is I mentioned last week testing the new theme of the Academy. I'm almost finished with that. I just got to finish the footer, and that will go live today. So if anyone has a minute or two later on today to pop into the Academy, take a look at it. Like I said, everything's reversible. I'm not changing anything major, but just the way that the navigation works and then the whole look of the site. I've got a video it's basically going to make it simpler, easier to use. I kind of like it. I think it's cool, but we'll see what you guys think. Steve's here. Steve says, home early for a change. Good afternoon. Hey, Steve. Great to see you. Steven, excuse me. So we got a good group here today. Let's go over. I'm going to quickly go over all the guitar solos that we'll be putting to the challenge today. See if I can get this. Let's see here. See if I can get this easier to see. So we're starting off round one with Crossroads, Mississippi Queen, and then Comfortably Numb, Freebird in round two. Round three is Little Wing, Killing in the Name of. Four is Cliffs of Dover, Let There Be Rock. Five's Eruption, Still Got the Blues. Six is Bohemian Rhapsody, Sunshine of Your Love. Sweet Child of Mine, Layla. Voodoo Child, Purple Haze. Johnny Be Good, Rebel Yell. All Along the Watchtower, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, Sultans of Swing, Crazy Train, Hotel California, November Rain, Jessica, Tush, Purple Rain, One from Metallica, Stairway to Heaven, Texas Flood, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and Cause We Ended as Lovers. For today, what we did last week is we broke it into 2 episodes. We may do that again today, depending on how much time we have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to concentrate first on 1 through 8. And then when we get to the 8th one, we will take a look at what time we've got, and we will reevaluate how much time we have to finish the challenge off. So we've got a few folks in here now. Oh, Steve, I got it. I didn't do bad. Steve, that's all right. We'll be getting started in a minute. All you have to do is respond in the chat for each level. We'll count them up and create a winner to see who goes on to round 2 and work them up through there. I just want to give it just one more minute. Been going out a little bit. Went to Epcot in Hollywood Studios the other day, having a lot of fun. It's super hot still, but I'm gonna be sharing that with you once it cools down a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So today, round 1, we have Eric Clapton, Cream version, Crossroads, versus Mississippi Queen with Leslie West. Mountain, I think the band was. Crossroads, that live Crossroads is a total classic. And we're talking about the solo itself here. So the solo is a total classic too. It's one that people tend to learn note for note. And Mississippi Queen, though, this is the underdog in this challenge, is a fantastic song. There's solos throughout the song, but then the main solo there works. He's a very tasteful player. Leslie West was, I think he passed away recently. Very, very tasteful player, and but so is Clapton too. So let's see what we have here. We've got a Clapton, one Clapton, and one Mississippi Queen. It is a tough one. You're right, Dean. It is a tough one. Those are both great songs. Most of these are 60s, early 70s, but not all of them. We got some Metallica in there. We've got Stevie Ray Vaughan, which is more 80s. So basically, it's kind of what you'd hear on a classic rock station is what we've got. Okay, so one Clapton, one Mississippi Queen, and then we've got Jim is Crossroads, Charlie's Crossroads, and Steve is Crossroads. Okay, so we got three Crossroads in. Actually, 4 and 1 Mississippi Queen. We'll give it a few more minutes. So everyone, go ahead. Let's see here. Who haven't we heard from yet? We haven't. Richard, we haven't heard from yet, and Jason. I don't think we've heard from Jason yet, as well. So we'll give that just a second. Seen Clapton play a few times. Never seen Leslie West play live. But seen a lot of his videos, and that was always a big song for me when I was first learning to play. Jason's on Mississippi Queen. So okay, so we've got 4 Crossroads and 2 Mississippi Queen. We're gonna give it just a minute more. Let's see here. Who are we missing? We got David, Dean, Jim, Charlie, Steve, and Jason. So we have 6, and then we'll see if Richard. I'll wait around and see if Richard wants to play. If he doesn't, that's cool. We'll just give it a second here. But I'm going to go ahead and call it for Crossroads, because even if Richard's was Crossroads, that would still be 4-3. So. Hey Jose, how are you doing? Great to see you, man. What's going on with you? What's going on with me? We're doing a throwdown here. We're doing a guitar solo throwdown, having a good time. Let's see here. So number 1, the best, my best idea of how things are going to come in is Crossroads. So I'll go ahead and give this to Crossroads, but I can go back. Jason says, I just had to listen to the Crossroads solo to confirm it's difficult and very subjective. Yeah, it is. It is. Definitely the Mississippi Queen's it's an easier one to learn. Definitely. But it fits the song really, really, really well. Jose said, good, when in doubt, go with Clapton. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Okay. Floorboard decided, let's turn that off. Let's see here. I'll just do the foot pedals down. Okay. Yeah, when in doubt, go with Clapton. So, yeah, pretty much that's where I'm going to head with that one. Richard's at Crossroads too. Okay. So we got two new players. We got Jose and Chris. So let's move on to the second grouping here. So second group, we've got Comfortably Numb with here. Let me bring me in here just a little bit. There we go. So our second group is Comfortably Numb, David Gilmour, Pink Floyd, and Freebird, Leonard Skinner, and that is Collins and Rossington, right? So it's a group effort on that one. I've gone to see a good bit of Southern rock bands over time, and like 38 Special, and you remember a lot of them from the videos from like MTV, and that's kind of past Southern rock time, but 38 Special was big then. And I only remembered a few folks in 38 Special. Got to see them play once. And there was probably 15 players on the stage. There was so many guitar players in that band. I think they had their family all come in and play guitar too. So I don't even know who. And so these, Southern rock bands kind of change and get bigger over time. Let's see. What do we got here? So Dean says, hands down, Freebird. Okay, so we got one Freebird. David's got Comfortably Numb, so we're 1-1. Charlie's got Comfortably Numb, so we're 1-2. Richard's got Freebird, so we're 2-2. David used to love Molly Hatchet's awesome, man. The way they did that Allman Brothers song Dreams was really a cool idea, because Dreams is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's a triplet type thing, right? A waltz type thing. And they did it kind of straight. It's a straight beat. Really, really neat stuff, man. Okay, so we got some more coming in here. Let me see what we got. So we got Freebird, 2 Comfortably Numb's Freebird. So we're even up to Richard. And then David comes in. Oh, wait, let's see. Steve comes in with Comfortably Numb. So and then Chris is Comfortably Numb too. So that's 2 up for them. And then Jim goes for, he says, both great, have to go with Comfortably Numb. So we're 3 up for Comfortably Numb. So I think we may have everybody in here. Richard's in here. Am I missing anybody? Let's see. Maybe Jose will pop in there too. So we're 3 up for Comfortably Numb. We'll give it a minute or two. Go ahead and post in your answers there. I'm going to hydrate. Comfortably Numb. Let's see here. Jason says both. Freebird though. I hate it when people used to shout it when I was playing bagpipes. It's Freebird bagpipes. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun to play. A lot of those songs get a bad rap. And a lot of times you're playing them at the end of the night when everybody's been drinking, but they're good. So when you hear them, you're thinking, man, who comes up with that? Who comes up with something that is universal? That's a very special thing. Excuse me. David says, if I hear Freebird one more time, I will be Comfortably Numb. Okay. So I think we're going with Comfortably Numb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Freebirds, we've got 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and call it for Comfortably Numb. There, we'll give that the submit that. Okay, so our first section, we're setting up round 2 now. Let's go to number 3. We've got Little Wing, the Stevie Ray Vaughan version, versus Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name, or Name of is what I always used to say. I guess maybe the title's Killing in the Name. Tom Morello. Okay, very different time periods in these songs, very different tones for these songs. I remember Little Wing came out, that album was kind of put together. I think that was not like one of his main albums. Did it come after he died? I think, I'm not sure, but that Little Wing's very special song. More of a, the Little Wing that Hendrix did was kind of like half a song. It had the beginning and intro, it had a little bit of soul, and then faded out. And then Stevie Ray Vaughan made it, he had beginning, middle, and end to it, so kind of fleshed it out a little bit more. But wonderful playing, wonderful tone in that. Killing in the Name of, I play that song. I play both of these songs about 10 million times. And that solo, using all of the different tricks that he did, was so different at the time. And just anytime we would play that song, especially if people were drinking, because it has it's not a song for little kids, right? It always went over great, but that solo was so much fun to play. I used different things at different times to play that song. I had a Digitech harmonizer I used to use. I think he uses a whammy in a lot of that, which basically the Digitech harmonizer did those things. The M9 here will do a lot of that stuff too with the expression pedal that I have on here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. I should probably get a piece of paper, make it easier to count. Steve says SRV. Dean says SRV. David's Killing the Name of. Okay. And then Richard goes with SRV. It's with Little Wing too. So we're 3-1. Little Wing, Jason goes for a Little Wing as well, but he likes the other one. So we're at 4-1. Charlie's 5-1. 6-1. And 7-1. Let's see. Chris says Little Wing, the riff to Killing in the Name is great, but not sure if I'm too fussed on it. Yeah, right. It's different. It's very different. Soul's very different. Okay, so we're going Little Wing on this one. That was an easy one to figure out. Let's see here. Little Wing. Submit. There we go. Okay. Now these are two. This next one. These are two that you don't see next to each other. This kind of, when I load the songs into here, into this is called Challonge, CHALLONGE, it puts them in a random order. So I didn't put these back. And Jose says Little Wing too for the last one. So that was a definite winner there. So what we have here is we have Cliffs of Dover, Eric Johnson, and Let There Be Rock, Angus Young. One of my favorite Angus Young solos as well. I have a couple of favorite, the big AC/DC songs, the ones we listen to, ones my daughter and I, when we're driving around, listen to, is like, Thunderstruck and all those kind of things. One of my favorite songs is For Those About to Rock. I love For Those About to Rock, but Let There Be Rock is also right up there too. And this is the one that a lot of people seem to like that as well. So let's see here. What do we got so far? We've got Jason's got Cliffs of Dover. Richard's got Cliffs of Dover. David's on the AC/DC, so we're 2-1. Charles Cliffs of Dover, that's 3-1. Okay. Very different songs. One's an instrumental song, and the other one is not. So we're going there. One is, a rocked out song, and the other one is more of a composition too. So a little different, but the solo in them, and Close to Dover will be tough to, there's definite There's the intro part you could think of as a guitar solo. It's not the solo of the song there. But let's see here. Dean's at Eric Johnson, and Jim is at Let There Be Rocks. So we've got 2 Let There Be Rocks, and 1, 2, 3, 4 Cliffs of Dovers. Steve says, Angus, for me, us Brits don't surf with the aliens too much. Yeah. So let's see. We got 1, 2, we got 3 for AC/DC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one's close. This is closer than I thought it would be. Pretty good. So wait a second. Who have we not heard from? Chris, we've not heard from yet. There's Charlie. Let's see. We've got Steve, Jim, Dean, Charlie, David, Richard, and Jason. So I think we're missing Jose and Chris. Let's give them just a second here. And Jason too. No, Jason was first. So give them just a second here, because this is a close one. I don't want to jump the gun. This one could go either way depending on how Chris or Jose come in on this one. This is fun. I enjoyed this. Did anyone listen to the podcast today? The podcast is all about fingerstyle guitar and or finger picking, depending on the way you want to classify it. And it's something I kind of did this one for me a little bit more. I've always played fingerstyle. I've learned from the beginning playing fingerstyle. But I kind of just learned song to song how to play this song. I never really, and you see all these different styles, and how could I be able to do all of those things? What is it that's different from one style to the next? What are the techniques that are similar? What could I practice so that when I play a fingerstyle song from different styles, I would have the technique to be able to make that happen? And I went through a lot and researched a lot of different styles. If you've listened to that, you'd hear that, and very similar. They use the same techniques in different ways between them, which was really interesting to me. There wasn't one that stood out that was so different than the other ones. It's just small ways that they change things up. So very interesting to me. So if you get a chance to listen to that, check it out. It's kind of the beginning of, I've got some fingerstyle things. I really want to master the teaching of fingerstyle. And I want to be able to have something, especially for academy students, to be able to, who are interested in that, to get the technique together so that you can take on some of those solos and feel confident about it as well. Okay, so I haven't heard from Chris or Jose, so we're going to go ahead and call it 1, 2, 3, 4 for Cliffs of Dover. Like I say, I'll go back if we hear that's a change. We can always change that. All right, so let's see. We're going to do 2019. So we're going to do two more first round challenges. We're going to stick, because we're coming up on 25 minutes. I think we'll just do the first half this week and then the second half next week there. So our next challenge is Eruption from Eddie Van Halen versus Still Got the Blues, Gary Moore. Like I said, this is random the way the computer put these together. Okay, let me get rid of that there. Random the way the computer put these together, but Eruption was a game changer, right? Eruption changed everything when you heard that. I remember hearing that. And I remember hearing the tapping, of course, is the big thing. The delay going into the Marshall, that sound, that kind of grainy sound to it, and that tone hit me, So Eruption, hearing that, playing that over and over and over again, always was a big thing, especially when I was, if you think about it, I started in 1982, and that was when I was listening to tons of Zeppelin and Van Halen. Those were the two right there. So that's a special thing for me. But Still Got the Blues. Later on in my life, I discovered that song, and that was a game changer for me as well. To hear a blues song that had a lead sound that had sustain on it, that wasn't just a plinky clean sound, and it wasn't just distorted either. It was a very round, long sound. Had some delay work in it. It took some elements from different. And now I find out he was using a Boss pedal to get that sound into a like a song. I know, some sort of a stack type thing, which is not what you use for blues stuff though. And it got me into Gary Moore, and then I bought a couple albums, loved it. I say that all the time, bought albums. And I was thinking the other day, I don't know if we talked about this or not, maybe we have, how I think the fact that you get a subscription with Spotify if you don't want to listen to the commercials and stuff, but the fact that people listen to everything now is, and they don't really stay in one wheelhouse. Like, I know a lot of you folks remember, certain people like certain music, and this is what we like, and I play this, and I relate to this, and because you're putting your money into it. You were spending a ton of money on albums, and then when tapes come out, tapes, and then when CDs come out, CDs, and you would invest in a certain style of music. Well, now, and I don't know if this is better or worse, now that you're not really investing in music anymore, other than going to concerts, in investing in music, you're not investing in music. You don't have that same allegiance to a certain band or style of music. And as far as the financial thing, it's not better for the artist, definitely not better for that. But for music lovers, you're open to different ideas. And as a guitar teacher, I think that's really, really, really nice. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see what we got here. Richard was first to come in with Eruption. David's got Eruption, so we got 2 for that. Still Got the Blues. Or 1 on the other side for Still Got the Blues. Jim's Eruption, so we're at 3 and 1. 4 and 1. Dean's got Eruption but loves Gary Moore. Let's see here. Gary Moore, melody over 1 million notes per second all day long. Okay, so we're what was it? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 2 right now. And then Jason comes in, still got the blues. 4 and 3. 4 and 4 with Chris. How about that? We're close on this one. 2 very different songs, and we're split. Let me recount, make sure I'm not messing up. So Eruption. There's 4. And then Still Got the Blues. Yeah, so this is a tie at the moment. Who have we not heard from? So we got Chris, Jason, Steve, Dean, Jim, Charlie, David, and Richard. Let's see here. We haven't heard. Okay, Jose. Last time we heard from Jose was Little Wing, so I'm sure he's probably working or doing something right now. Well, we'll see. Looks like Jose may have the decide the vote that turns a tide on that one. So we're split on that. And what we can do is move on to the next one, and then wait and see if we get any more votes in for number 5. David wants to vote for Eruption again. Okay. All right. So David's got 2 in. I don't know. Can't do that. Okay. So let's move on. We'll come back if we get another vote for group 5. Our last group for today in this round 1 is Bohemian Rhapsody and Sunshine of Your Love. Okay? The solo for Bohemian Rhapsody is awesome. It's fantastic. That song is very structured. Those are parts, right? It's not what you would think, like Sunshine of Your Love, which we're going against now. Sunshine of Your Love is, you can tell he may have sections of that he plays all the time, but there's a lot of improv going on in there. There's a lot of feel going on in that one. So very interesting that these two were matched up together. Sunshine of Your Love was earlier. Bohemian Rhapsody came out later. Both enormous hits. So, but we're talking about the solos now. And both a very distorted tone for that time, So interesting. Let's see what we got so far. Steven says, my son says Gary Moore. Okay. And then David says Lee's a tiebreaker. We'll see. I am waiting for Jose to see if he pops in there, though. But we'll see. But Steven's son says Gary Moore, so Gary Moore might take it. I don't know. Let's see. So now we've got... Dean's got Bohemian Rhapsody. Steven does as well. Jason does as well. Jim's on Sunshine of Your Love. So we got 3 and 1, 4 and 1. No, I'm sorry. 3 and 1. 1, 2, 3. 3 and 2 at this point. And then now it's 4 and 2 and 4 and 3. And then 5 and 3 with Bohemian Rhapsody. So with Chris coming in. So right now we've got 5 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sunshine. So I'm going to go ahead and give that one to a Bohemian Rhapsody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm pretty sure that's how that one's going to work out. Submit scores. And let's see here. For the last one, I think if Steven's son says Gary Moore, we haven't heard from Jose, I think we're going to give that to Steven, to Steve's son, the deciding vote in the Gary Moore. Okay. Let's see here. Saving. Come on now. Don't leave me hanging. Don't freeze up. Dave said no. That's okay. There's some other good ones in there too. We aren't done. If this one didn't work out. Let's see here. And Challonge, however you pronounce that, didn't like it either. We're stuck here. Let's see if I can. There we go. Okay. Wait, yeah, there we go. Sorry, not trying to make everybody messed up. Little Wing, still got the blues. No, we got 2 more. We got 7 and 8. Okay, so and then that will be the last leg in this first one. So, all right, this one is Sweet Child of Mine / Guns N' Roses versus Layla, which is Eric Clapton and Duane Allman. Okay? Clapton and Allman versus Slash. Sweet Child of Mine. Seen both of these. I never saw Clapton and Allman playing together. I wasn't old enough for that. But I have seen Clapton play Layla a million times, and I've seen Slash play Sweet Child of Mine. First time I saw that was their first tour with Aerosmith. And Aerosmith was in there kind of when they were doing more pop stuff, and they had Guns N' Roses open up for them. And I'll never forget, we were out in the we're out buying T-shirts or getting food or something like that. And the opening band wasn't supposed to come on till like 8 or something like that. It was like 7:40 or 7:45, whatever it was like 20 minutes early. And they just decided they were going to play. And they just came walking out there and played, right? And so if you looked into, this was at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. And so, and Guns N' Roses had just started to get big, right? Everybody was wanting to see them. It was kind of it was a neat thing. So you go into, as you saw, the Spectrum, no one was in the seats. Everybody was out milling around. And as soon as they came out to no one sitting out there, and all you see was people just running down the aisles trying to see this. And they were lit. And the thing I remember the most, tempos were slowing and speeding up. It was not the most polished performance ever. After every song, someone wasn't turning their guitar off. So you couldn't hear anything that they were saying, that Axl was saying in between songs, because all you heard is guitar feedback. You would have thought it would have been a mess, right? But it was hysterical. It was so much fun. There was definitely the energy there. They wanted to play. And so it was interesting. Let's see here. Clapton, I've seen a million times. It's always good, always solid. So let's see what we got here. Richard was it coming in first. Layla, we got a Layla for Richard. We got a Layla for Dean. Chris is going Slash, so we're 2-1. David's Layla 3-1. Charlie's Layla 4-1. Jason's Layla 5-1. Steve is 6-1. Jim is 7-1. So I think we're going to give that one to Layla. I'm pretty sure. Sorry about that, Chris. Please work. What's the problem? I know the internet's working fine because we're live streaming. There we go. So we're going to give that one to Layla. And actually, I'm going to take Chris's idea in the near future, and we'll do an 80s guitarist. I thought that would be a lot of fun. Okay, so here is the last one. Steve's got the Hendrix next. So we got Voodoo Child versus Purple Haze. That's the last one in this rung right here. So we got Voodoo Child, Jimi Hendrix against Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze. Didn't put that together. That was random coming in there. But which one? I guess it's which one's your favorite solo? I know mine. Jimmy. That's interesting. Good one there. So I know of those two songs which one I like the best. But I'm not going to say anything. So Dean, if you could just expound on that a little bit more, just go one way or the other, that would be great. So Richard's on Voodoo Child. Jason's on Voodoo Child. Jim is on, so we're at 3. We had Richard, Jason, Charlie, Jim, Voodoo Child. So we got 4. David's going the other way. He's going for Purple Haze. So we got 4-1. And Steve's Hendrix. They're both Hendrix. Goodness. Voodoo Child. Okay, 5-1. So it's looking like David. I'm sorry, it's looking like we're going the other, and Chris too. Okay, so we give that one to Voodoo Child there. Slow. Okay. As we wait for this, here we go. So Voodoo Child, that was the one I would have picked too. I love that. That's one of my favorite songs to play. I would always mix that song with Peter the Oh Well from, actually Lindsey Buckingham did it with Fleetwood Mac later, but it's really an old Fleetwood Mac song. Those two songs mesh really well together. Okay, so let me back out of this. We'll take a look at our challenge board here. So for the first top of the challenge, we'll do the other half next week. We're at round 2. We've got Crossroads and Comfortably Numb. So that's yeah, we'll be able to finish this by the top of the hour. That's awesome. Worked out good. So first level in round 2, Crossroads versus Comfortably Numb. We're back to Clapton versus Gilmour again. That's always quite a matchup there. Has anyone ever heard them play together? I haven't. I don't think I've ever remember them jamming together. I would love to hear that. That would be awesome. I should look that up. Maybe they did sometime. I just haven't heard it. So, Crossroads, this is the Cream version, and then Comfortably Numb. Definitely a more high fidelity song. Comfortably, it's later on. But both great songs. Let's see here. All right. So first one in is Dean. We got Crossroads. One for Crossroads. Richard is Crossroads. David's Comfortably Numb. So we're 2-1. Jim's Crossroads. We're 3-1. Charlie's Numb. So 3-2. And Chris 3-3. So 3-3. We usually get 8 of these. So let's see what we get here. We'll wait a second. Crossroads. Numb. So hey, once it cools down, I'm going to be going out around the area. What would you guys like to go hang out with me and do? I can go pretty much anywhere now. I can go to all the Disney theme parks. I can go to Universal on the weekends. So let me know that. We'll start this up. You guys all hanging out with me. We'll start this up soon. Domingo's here. Hey, Domingo, how are you doing? Good morning. We're doing we're taking the members of the Play Guitar community, and we're just having some fun. We're doing a challenge about what's the best guitar solos of all time. We've been through round 1, and we've got round 2. We've got 4 challenges left. And we're going to try and make it to the end here of the first half of the challenge. Next week we'll finish up the next one. David says Disney Star Wars stuff. Yeah, I went to. We'll do that definitely at Hollywood Studios. That was a lot of fun. They have a museum there, pretty much, that's got models from the movies, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that would be a good one to do. We can do that during the week. So, okay, so round 2, let's see here. I think. Let's go back. 1 Crossroads, 2 Crossroads, 1 Numb, 3 Crossroads, 1 Numb, 3-2 at Charlie, 3-3 at Chris. Jason is so it's 3-4 with Numb. So Jason came in and it went to Comfortably Numb. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Comfortably Numb. If I've miscounted or things don't work out, we can go back. Good to see you, Domingo, though. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Well, okay. So let's see. Our next one is Little Wing, Stevie Ray Vaughan versus Cliffs of Dover, Eric Johnson. Both very important songs to me. I like both of them. So let's see what I'm interested in what we've got here. Little Wing, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Both Austin guitar players, knew each other. Stevie Ray Vaughan is reported to have enjoyed giving Eric Johnson a hard time a lot of the time. So this will be interesting. So we got David's got Cliffs. So we got 1 for Cliffs of Dover, and Richard's got Little Wing. Let's see here. Now this is freezing up here. I put David up there, and then Okay, there we go. All right, so it froze up a little bit. So we got David's got Cliffs. Jim's got Little Wing. Richard's got Little Wing. So Charlie's got Little Wing, Chris has got Little Wing, Jason's got Little Wing. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's looking like Little Wing's going to take that. I am so sorry, David. This Not going the way David was hoping it would go. Sorry about that. Don't put in another no in there. Okay, and Dean's Little Wing. Okay, so we're going to give that to Little Wing. Eric Johnson is out. I probably would have gone with Cliffs of Dover. I would have gone with David on this one. Everything is running slow right now, but I'm still live streaming. Hey, I got a question. How has the stream been coming through on the live stream today? Is everything okay? Everything over here, the stream seems to be running fine, but the challenge is going slow. And Dean had Little Wing too, so that one definitely worked well. All right, so let's see here. Now we've still got the Blues against Bohemian Rhapsody. Gary Moore, Brian May. Okay. David says stream is coming in smooth. Good. Jason says it's clean. Good. Dean says good stream. Awesome. Jason says this has been harder than the Artist Showdown. Yeah, this is definitely different than that. I guess when you think about a guitar player that you're familiar with, that's played a ton of different songs, it's easier to just kind of have your feeling of how they do. But this is per song. There's some guitar players that may not be my favorite guitar players, but one thing that they did on a solo just blows me away, So it's a little bit different. So we've got Bohemian Rhapsody. Chris was the first one to come in with that. Richard still got the Blues, so we're 1-1. Dean's Bohemian Rhapsody, we're 2-1. Still got the Blues, 2-2. Stream's good. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate that. And then Jim's, so we're 3-2 now. And for EVH, I take Bohemian Rhapsody. So we're 4-2. 5-2 with Jason. Okay, so it's looking like we're going Bohemian Rhapsody. Hit that one in quick. Quick, quick is relative. So there we go. Submit the scores. We'll wait for that to make it through. And yep, there we go. And the last one in round 2 is Layla versus Voodoo Child. Now that is interesting. Layla versus Voodoo Child. Both really, really important classic rock songs to me. Both bluesy solos. Layla is not really a blues song, chord structure wise. Voodoo Child, the way the Slight Return is done, is not really a blues song either. It's more of a jam over top of a few chords. There is the Voodoo Child, that's the blues version of it as well. So very interesting. We got one in so far. Jason's got Voodoo. Yeah, everything's slowing down here as far as just give it a second and it should pop up there. I think StreamYard's having a hard time today. They had a hard time with the thumbnails, and now the chat is freezing up. And not just the chat freezing up, me being able to select. There it is. Now it's working. Interesting. So let's see. Jason was first. Voodoo Child. Charlie's Layla. So we're 1-1. Voodoo Child. With Jim, that's 2-1. Chris is Voodoo Child. That's 3-1. David is Layla. So that's 3-2. Voodoo Child. That's Dean is Voodoo Child. It's 4-2. And Richard is Voodoo Child. That's 5-2. So we're going to give that to Voodoo Child. And now we're coming, and Richard was also a Voodoo Child too. So things are going quickly here to the end. We're done with round 2, if I remember correctly. And yep, in this first round, we have Comfortably Numb, David Gilmour. Now let me get it closer in. Comfortably Numb, David Gilmour versus Little Wing, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I wish I owned all these songs so we can play them and listen to them as we go through it, but I cannot. So Comfortably Numb versus Little Wing. And we are almost done to our bracket, our first week of the bracket challenge. We're at 50 minutes, 37 seconds. Everything's working out perfect. Except for the chat. It's very slow for some reason. Okay, starting to come in here now. Okay, so let's see. The first one to come in was Jason. So we got Little Wing for Jason. And then David was next with Comfortably Numb, so that's 1 and 1. Richard is Little Wing, so that's 2 and 1. Charles Comfortably Numb, that's 2 and 2. Jim's Comfortably Numb, so that's 2 and 3. Okay, so we got 2 left to come in. 2 and 3. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. Both great. Both good. Okay, so we got Comfortably Numb and Little Wing. Come in. Chris got Numb and Dean's got Little Wing. So let's go back so I don't mess up. Little Wing, 1, 2, 3 Little Wings. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 Comfortably Numb. So I think we've been averaging 7 this time. We're going to give that to Comfortably Numb. And Bohemian Rhapsody versus Voodoo Child. Round 3 is almost over right after this. And then we will find our first half challenge winner after that. So Bohemian Rhapsody, Boho, Bo Raho, and Voodoo Child, Slight Return. Things are speeding up now. Speeding up. All right. So our first one to come in is Richard with Voodoo Child and Jim with Voodoo Child. So far, we got 2. Yep. 2 Voodoo Childs, Richard and Jim, are in. And I'm sure all of you have already put this in, but this is running slow for me right here. Okay, so we got some more coming. So we got Richard Voodoo Child, we got Jim Voodoo Child, David Bohemian Rhapsody, so that's 2 and 1. Voodoo Child's 2 and 2. 2 and 1, 3 and 1 with Jason, 4 and 1 with Dean. So 2 left to come in. 5 and 1 with Charlie. So we're going to go with Voodoo Child for that one. Here we go. And our last tier, Comfortably Numb versus Voodoo Child. Comfortably Numb, this is for the today's first half challenge that we'll continue next week to do. This would be a good set list of songs to play. You couldn't go wrong. Just take round 1, play all those songs. That would be a fun gig right there. You think about it, right? Crossroads, Mississippi Queen, Comfortably Numb, Freebird, Little Wing, Killing the Name of... I don't know. At some point, it might get a little too classic rock for you. But then, you got Sweet Child of Mine. You got Killing in the Name of. That would be a fun... Let's see, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 songs. You could stretch that out. That could be 2 sets right there. Okay, so we got Comfortably Numb and Voodoo Child. All right, let's see. Little Wing and Voodoo Child. So, let's see. Little Wing, Voodoo Baho, Voodoo Child. Okay. So Chris was the last Bohemian Rhapsody. So now we got Voodoo Child, Richard, Okay, so we got Richard is Voodoo Child, Dean's Voodoo Child, Steve's Floyd. So that's 2 and 1. 2 and 2 with David. 3 and 2, Voodoo Child, and then 4 and 2 with Jim. And then 5 and 2 with let me go through that again. So let's see here. Richard is Voodoo Child. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Voodoo Childs. And then let's see here. Floyd. 3. So it's going to Voodoo Child. So for this round, we had all 8 come in on this one. Voodoo Child takes it over Comfortably Numb. And there we go. We've got it. Voodoo Child, Slight Return. Jimi Hendrix. Now, would it have been a big difference if it was Stevie Ray Vaughan doing Voodoo Child? Would it have made it this far? Very curious. What do you think about that? The 2 versions of Voodoo Child. What do you think about that? What do you like, the Stevie Ray Vaughan version better or the Jimi Hendrix version better? I like them both. I like to play the Stevie Ray Vaughan version better. It's easier to get that kind of sound. The Hendrix Voodoo Child is kind of flat out. The drums are flat out. It's kind of fuzzier. But the wah-wah pedal part, I think Hendrix part is much better than the Stevie Ray Vaughan part. But the song part I like. And how about the singing on it too? Do you like Stevie's voice better on that or Hendrix's voice? You would technically, a lot of people say technically Hendrix's voice is not a traditionally good voice. We talk about this a lot, that you know sometimes you hear Hendrix's voice, it's not what you would think as a sweet sounding voice, and it's not, but it's perfect for that style of music. It was the music was written around the sound of his voice. So I like that. I think and Stevie Ray's voice had kind of like a high break, almost a harshness to his voice, when he would break up there. But in some songs like Life by the Drop and Texas Flood and all those, as far as voice quality, Stevie Ray Vaughan has it all over Hendrix on those songs. Voodoo Child, I don't know. And another thing with Voodoo Child too is the line is being played at the same time as the vocals. So the guitar plays into it too. So you're hearing the guitar tone as well as the vocals played the line at the same time. Very interesting. David said nothing went my way on this one. I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry. It didn't work out for you on this one. Jason says, I love the SRV version more. Yeah, it's fun. Hendrix Live for Jim, right? Dean likes the Hendrix one. David's the SRV version. Charlie likes both. I'm with Charlie on that. And sometimes I'm in the mood for one than the other one, Sometimes I got to hear the Hendrix one, but other times I listen to this SRV one. Richard prefers SRV on Little Wing, though. Tough to say on Voodoo Child. Yeah, Little Wing is definitely Little Wing. To me, Stevie's got it all. He took that song and just elevated it to the next level. Jason said, it's okay, David. It's like pizza toppings. No one can agree. Yeah. But this is fun. This is fun to hang out with you guys. Breaks the week up really nice for me. I get to kind of chill out a little bit, hang out with the folks. Okay. All right, so we're coming to the end of it right here. 59 minutes, perfect timing. Everything worked on. David says we can all agree pineapple does not belong on pizza. It depends. It depends. It depends. It depends. Well, how does it depend on the ham? Right? If you've got really salty ham, it sets off the pineapple. I've had it where I liked it before, and I've had other times where it wasn't that great too. Okay. So today I'm going to get some lunch. I'm going to get the new theme for the Academy up and live in a few hours today. And then I had an interview with a music industry person. I'm not gonna spoil it for a future podcast, and I will be editing that today. So someone in the guitar gear business that people have heard of before. So says David's picking a fight. Well, David had a hard time today. Maybe you can. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's lashing out at people who like pineapple on Hawaiian style pizza, but hey David, how about pineapple on barbecue? Have you ever had that before? That's interesting. That is quite an interesting taste as well. Well, so two big things to get done today: editing that podcast interview that I did, and getting the theme up and running. David says that sounds good. Dean loves ham and pineapple. Yeah. There's if you go to the Polynesian here, they have a little quick service restaurant downstairs right by. There's a bar, Captain Cook's. There's a bar. I forget the name of the bar, but right next to it's called Captain Cook's, and that's that they have different quick service stuff, but the barbecue sandwich that they have there has like cucumber and pineapple on it, and things that you wouldn't think would be great, and it's delicious. It's really awesome. So okay, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to go ahead and call it, and we'll do this again next week. We'll finish up best guitar solos of all time. Classic rock solos of all time, and then I'm going to do that. I'm going to maybe come up with a topic next week, and you guys can all send in who we can vote on, so you guys can participate even more in this. And it's not just me trying to fill this up. We can really get get it going on. So David says, lived in Hawaii for 3 years, so had enough. Yeah, well, I understand. And Charlie says later, and Jason says, have a good day. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.